Okay, so I'm looking a little bit crazy right now. I have my foundation and concealer on. I have my face set everywhere except for my under eyes, which I will explain to you guys in my next video, which was supposed to be this video. I said in my last video that my next one would be kind of my current skin situation and the products and routine that I've been using to help with that situation. But I filmed that video at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And you guys know I've said before that my eyes are very puffy when I first wake up, like very puffy, to where this one almost looks like I have like a black eye, like it's... Anyways, they go down after I've been up for a little while, and so I just filmed that video way too early and my eyes were so puffy. Like, I tried to edit that video into something that I could post and it was just... it was not cute. And then I realized that Valentine's Day is quickly approaching and I really wanted to show you guys this look slash looks. So I'm just going to push that other video off to the side a little bit, do this one, and then once this one's done, I will film that one and put that one up next. So today I'm going to show you guys a really pretty, feminine, soft type of look that would be perfect to wear to work on Valentine's Day if you want to look a little festive. Or maybe you want to go on a lunch date or take your, like I want to take my mom out to lunch on Valentine's Day. So it's perfect for that. But then I'm going to show you how to come home and kind of glam it up and amp it up a little bit for an evening date or a night out with the girls if you're single or whatever. But I'm going to show you a couple of quick little things you can do to really amp it up and make it kind of a nighttime glam look. Okay, so without further ado, let's get it popping. Okay, so first I want to apologize in advance because for the look that I want to do, the shades that I have for it are kind of scattered around in different palettes. I can't find one palette that has all the shades that I want to use. I know that there's plenty of palettes like that out there. I just don't have any of them for some reason. I've kind of just recently gotten into these like rosy, dusty, kind of purpley, mauve-y shades lately. So I don't have them all in one palette. So I am going to be bouncing around a little bit, but I'm sure any like light pink, blush, rose, kind of purpley, mauve-y shades that you have will work just fine. And I'm going to start out for my transition shade. I'm going to go with this shade right here, Georgia, in the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Okay, now we're a little more zoomed. Hey guys, I just wanted to let you know that for some reason, I had my camera on a different setting and it's making my skin look really crazy in this video. So I just wanted to let you know I don't use filters, so I haven't filtered all my other videos and then not this one. This one's just on a different setting and it makes my pores and my smile lines look a bazillion times worse than they are in real life. So that's what's going on. I don't know, it looks crazy. I won't be doing that again. So here we go. So I'm going to go into that Georgia shade and I'm just going to start working this into my crease. This is a very light shade, so you do kind of have to build this up, but I just really like the dusty, rosy tone to it. So now we have that down. I'm going to go into this sleek vintage romance palette and I'm going to take this like dusty mauve shade right there, and it is a matte shade, but it does have like a little bit of micro glitter in it, but I've actually used it before and I don't mind it. I think a lot of the glitter gets blended away when you're blending it in, and I'm taking that on a Morphe M441 and I'm just going to put a little bit on the tip of it. And I'm going to put that more precisely in just the crease area. Just very light-handed. Very, very lightly. And I'm just going to keep building on this color. Building and blending. I'm taking it all the way from the outer corner to the inner, but keeping it in the crease. Okay, so now we've got that shade down and I'm just going over the edges of it with the brush that we put down our transition shade with, which, by the way, if I don't mention the name of the brush I'm using, it's because it's like an old favorite that the words and numbers have been rubbed off and I do not remember what kind of brush it is anymore. So if I don't mention the name of a brush, that is why. So with this look, we're not so much going for Barbie as like Barbie's sexy, sophisticated older sister. We're going to go into the Carli Bybel palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here. And I'm taking that on a Morphe M433 on the very tip of it. And I am going to start building that even lower and tighter into my crease than we did with that last pink shade. And this is really going to cool it down and make it look even more sophisticated. So I'm going in with the M433 on the flat side kind of, so I can get it more precisely into the crease. And then once I get all the color laid down, I will flip it on its side and blend it out a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little e.l.f. like tiny little pencil crease brush that I love so much, and I'm going to dip into both of these shades, this purpley and then this maroony shade. So I want to deepen it up. And then I'm just going to go right from the outer corner into the crease. And then from the outer corner onto the lash line. So we're making that V. But I have to be very careful because I still have not set my under eye area. So you definitely want to tap your brush so you don't get any fallout. If you're doing it like this, I recommend doing your eyes first. Usually I've always done that. But like I said, I'll explain in my next video why. For right now, it works best for me to do my face and not set my under eye and then do my eyeshadow. Then I'm going to go back to my M433 and just help blend that out. And then back to the blending brush that we use for transition shade. I'm not putting any more product on it this time. Just kind of blending down and out. Okay, so I'm sure I just edited out a ton of blending, mostly just because nobody wants to watch anyone blend their eyeshadow for an hour. But just keep in mind that if you're recreating a tutorial at home, nobody gets perfectly blended eyeshadow as quickly as it looks like they do in their videos. Not Jaclyn Hill, not Nikki Tutorials, no one. They all cut out all that blending out of their videos because it's extremely boring to watch and extremely time consuming. So just remember, if you're doing it at home, take your time and blend until it looks good for you, until you have it how you like it, and there's no right or wrong amount of blending. You just blend until you like the way it looks, no matter how long that is. Just keep that in mind so you don't get discouraged if you are recreating anyone's tutorials ever. Okay, so to finish up our daytime look, I'm going back into the Sweet Peach palette. I'm going with the shade White Peach right here first, and I'm putting it on a Luxie 239 Precision Shader brush. Now you could go in and cut the crease, like do like a half cut crease with concealer if you wanted to, but that's not the look that I'm trying to go for today. I want it to be a really like soft, pretty, kind of blown out type of look, so I don't want the precision of like a half cut crease or anything. So I'm just going to take this white shade and I'm going to start putting it on the inner corner of my lid. And I'm kind of going to bring it all the way up to where like the crease is. Starts to get deep. Then I'm going to go into this kind of peachy shade called Peaches and Cream. It is also a matte shade. Actually, the white shade that we just used, White Peach, has a little bit, just like a little bit of shimmer in it, not much, but that's why I like that for the inner corner. Then we're gonna go into this matte Peaches and Cream shade for the next portion of the lid. I'm gonna softly bring it up to that crease area. Kind of going over where we put the White Peach shade as well and marrying them together. Okay, and then we're going to go into this light pink shade called Georgia, which is the one we used as our transition shade at the beginning. And we're going to use that to connect our lid to our outer corner. Okay, then I'm going back to my M441, and I'm just going to run over that edge very lightly. Okay, so now I just went ahead and really quickly finished the rest of my face off of camera. I threw on some of my Glamour Dolls and Lisa Frank bronzer, which is like my absolute fave. I contoured my face with my NYX blush in Taupe, which reminds me, if you guys would like to see like a face contouring and highlighting video from me, then give this video a thumbs up, and that way I will know. I personally have to contour every single day because I have a very asymmetrical face. So I contour every single day. So I'm still into contouring. Let me know if you guys still are, or if you're over it, and if you do want to see it, I will definitely make that video. Then for blush, I used this LA Colors blush, and it's just a super light, cool tone pink that went perfectly with this look. This is actually from the Dollar Tree, but it's one of my favorite blushes ever. And then, of course, I highlighted my face and the inner corner of my eye with the Wet n Wild Megaglo highlighter in Blossom Glow. I have mentioned several times that I don't care for pink toned highlights on myself, but this one, for this look, is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful highlight. It looks so, it like finished off the look putting this in the inner corner, and the highlight itself is just so pretty. I really, really love this one. And then I threw on some of the Morphe liquid lipstick in the shade Virgin. And then on my lower waterline, I used the Colourpop cream gel eyeliner in the shade Honeydude, which is nude. And then I went in with the Carli Bybel palette with that darkest maroon shade that we used. I put that right up against my lower lash line. And then I used that mauve purple shade all the way under the lash line underneath the maroon shade. And then I went back to Georgia from the Sweet Peach palette that we used as our very first transition shade to blend those both out. Okay, so for the daytime look, I would just leave the lash line blank and just throw on a coat of mascara, or maybe a wispy pair of falsies if you really want to. But now you are home from work and you want to amp up your look a little bit for a night out. So first I'm going to go into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to take the very first shade right here on a little Wet n Wild brush, and I am going to use that to highlight my brow bone, so just right under the arch of the brow. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit of shine to our lid, and I'm going to take a flat little synthetic brush, and going back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to start with this first light pink shade right here. And I'm going to put it on my brush, and then I'm going to spray it with some setting spray, and I'm going to go in and start putting that on the first half of the lid. Now, if you're not doing the daytime look and then later transitioning it to the nighttime look, you're just going to go straight for the nighttime look, then you obviously don't need to put down those matte shadows on your lid like we did earlier. You can just go right for the shimmer. With these shimmers in this palette especially, and with your brush wet, you can actually almost like carve out your crease with these. They're so creamy and pigmented. Okay, so now that we have that down, we are then going to go into the next shade over, which is called Sissy, I believe. And it's just a little bit darker, and it has a kind of a duochrome, like pink gold shift. We're gonna put that down. Okay, so now that's on, and I'm going to go back to this little e.l.f. brush that we used to put that dark shade in the outer corner and just kind of blend those together. And go over that edge a little, maybe. Okay, so now onto eyeliner. You can absolutely just use any black eyeliner that you normally use. If you want to just do like a nice thin line, or you could do a black cat wing or whatever you like the best. I personally am going to be using a Laura Mercier Caviar stick, and this is in the shade Plum. It's just a really beautiful plum. And I love using this as eyeliner because it's super creamy. I just use an angled eyeliner brush, and I just kind of go on to the top of it and load up my brush with it and paint it on. And this stuff, these are so creamy that they just glide on. I swear they make doing a wing like 1,000 times easier than any eyeliner that I've ever tried. They're just amazing. So I'm just going to take this and create a, I like this look so much just the way it is. I almost don't even want to put down a wing. But I'm going to do, I'm going to do it, okay? So I'm going to do a wing with this real quick. Okay, so I went ahead and did the winged liner and put on my lashes. I, of course, used my trusty, absolute favorite Ardell 250s. I love these lashes so much, and I even had like a whole bunch of different new ones that I've never tried to try out, but I just went with the 250s because I always know that they're going to work for my eye shape. Anyways, we are almost done. We just have one final step, and that is I am going to put on a lip topper. This is the Ulta Beauty Lip Plumping Transforming Top Coat, and this is in the shade Ethereal. This is like the most beautiful lip topper type gloss. It says it's supposed to be plumping, but I don't really get much of that tingly feeling. It's just so pretty. I'm just going to pop that on right in the center and then kind of blend it out towards the corners of my mouth. So glittery and so pretty. Alright, you guys, that is it. That is my day to night Valentine's Day makeup looks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys liked the looks. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Leave me some comments down below and let me know what your plans are for Valentine's Day. And thank you guys again so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.